Viewers, in just a few moments, we'll also continue to cut to visuals that are coming in from Hyderabad, where the Prime Minister is holding the last roadshow. As you know, campaigning in Telangana is about to close, and we will be cutting to those visuals also. But let me hit the nail on the head as far as the pointed discussion this evening is concerned. Viewers, since we last checked, the Indian Constitution forbids privileging any community on the basis of religion. The Andhra Pradesh High Court in particular has on 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 separate occasions struck down religion-based quotas, or, viewers, or it has also taken a pointed view against privileging one particular community, and it is said that is illegal. Yet, viewers, religion-based incentives are being doled out by the Congress and the KCR-led TRS as if there's no tomorrow. Ahead of the assembly polls, and remember, in just 3 days, Telangana is going to be voting. For instance, the Congress has drawn up a minority manifesto, and the TRS has capped its promises to minorities with a proposal to set up IT parks, information technology parks for Muslims exclusively. Yes, viewers, think about that. Now let me just walk you through some of what is being actually promised on the ground there in Telangana. It's on your screens, viewers. Look at the Congress's promises. 5 lakhs for minority youth to complete MPhil and PhD studies. On the other side, promise of an IT park for Muslim youth near Hyderabad. One is very specific, Muslim youth. Let's look at the other promises that are being made, and there are several of them. Monthly honorarium of 10,000 to 12,000 for minority priests. Viewers, that's the Congress. And all of this under a separate minority declaration or manifesto. I mean, can you believe that? On the other side, the BRS says we are pushing, it's a welfare push, but look at what they're pushing. Monthly honorarium, 5,000 each for 17,000 imams and muezzins. Viewers, there's much more. 1,000 crore annual fund for loans to unemployed youth and women. Again, minority youth and women. 4,000 plus residential educational institutions exclusively for minorities. This is the BRS, viewers. State money. And let me also tell you that in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh and some other southern states, Hindu temples are managed and a large amount of donation money is taken out. Why, viewers? To spread amongst the community in general. In Congress, viewers, 1.6 lakh grant to newly married minority couples. So if you're a minority couple, you're going to get that leg up in life. I wish we had actually detailed that, but we will rectify that in just a few moments. On the other side, the BRS, assistance of rupees 51,000 to families of minority brides. So if you're minority bride, viewers, you'll get 50,000. 5 lakh to homeless minorities to build homes. The BRS says Ramzan Tofa to over 11 lakh Muslim white ration card holders. It's just raining sops if you're a particular denomination. Viewers, the BJP led by the Prime Minister has lashed out at what they are now referring to as religion-based benefits or reverie. The Prime Minister says that this is senseless appeasement. Listen in.
एक तरफ बीजेपी सरकार ऐसी योजनाएं बना रही है, फूड पार्क बना रही है, टेक्सटाइल पार्क बना रही है, लेकिन यहां बीआरएस और कांग्रेस का तुष्टीकरण अलग ही लेवल पर चल रहा है। बीआरएस तो टेक्नोलॉजी तक में तुष्टीकरण ले आई है। क्या अब भारत में धर्म के आधार पर भी आईटी पार्क बनेगा क्या? ये खेल चलता रहेगा क्या? क्या ये भारत के संविधान का सम्मान है क्या ये बाबा साहब आंबेडकर की भावनाओं का आदर है क्या?
The Prime Minister is accusing the opposition of playing the appeasement card, given that the hard facts suggest that such incentives are not encouraged. It does make one wonder as to why the opposition appears desperate to flirt with this degree of moral impropriety and also, viewers, at some level legal impropriety. Now let me run you through these hard facts, and they're very, very important, and we're going to put them up on your screens because it's going to tell you where things stand legally and what these political parties are doing to undermine constitutionalism in our country. Now, communal awards, viewers, were rejected by the drafting committee of the Constitution led by B.R. Ambedkar. He actually spoke about the fact that communal awards was not the way to go forward. In fact, even caste-based reservations, he said, must have a cut-off, and in fact, he advocated for a cut-off. But that is a separate issue. Now, 7 Muslim members of the Constituent Assembly, Z.H. Lari, Naziruddin Ahmed, Begum Azad Rasool, Muhammad Ismail Khan, Tajamul Hussain, Maulana Hazrat Mohani, Colonel B.H. Zaidi rejected state benefits for Muslims. In fact, viewers, during the course of this debate, when I confront some of those spokespeople of these particular outfits, I'm going to read out what some of these Muslim members said about giving benefits to one community, especially Muslims. In 2004, Andhra High Court struck down YSR government, which is a Congress government, YSR government's 5% Muslim quota, calling it wholly unconstitutional. Not my words, those 2 words, that phrase is the High Court in 2004. Then, of course, YSR again tried. In 2007, the Andhra High Court rejected YSR government's 5% quota for backward Muslims, calling it unsustainable. Again, the words of the court, not mine, unsustainable. In 2012, Andhra High Court struck down 4.5% central sub-quota for minorities within the OBC quota because this was happening in Uttar Pradesh. In Uttar Pradesh, viewers, at that time, the Congress central government said and made a promise that, look, we'll do this for you. Viewers, in the course of that judgment, the Andhra High Court said, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists and Zoroastrians do not form a homogeneous group. So you can't make all sorts of quotas and think that you're putting in a minority quota under the OBC quota, because they're not a homogeneous group. So you'll have to create, then if you set this example, precedent, you'll have to actually break it down. In fact, viewers, the hard facts that I've presented to you tonight prompt some very basic questions. In the Constituent Assembly, Ambedkar and Nehru, apart from 7 Muslim members, oppose religion-based incentives. So why are secularists, so-called secularists, promising them? What is the desperation? How can a government elected to serve all discriminate on the basis of religion? It is absurd. A chief minister doesn't just rule exclusively for one community or 2. How can adherents of a religion that doesn't recognize caste claim quotas on basis of caste? Neither does Christianity, neither does, viewers, Islam recognize caste. That is why people convert to these 2 faiths, because they want to escape so-called tyranny of caste. So then how can you promise people who've come in a minority quota under the OBC quota? This is absurd, viewers. When High Court has termed Muslim quota within overall OBC quota illegal, why promise them? And you know why, viewers? This is still continuing. I'll tell you why. Because the Supreme Court, in all its wisdom, stayed the High Court order back in time and hasn't still pronounced a judgment. So for almost 15 years, we're sitting around for the Supreme Court to do something. And in the meantime, viewers, we are actually creating the conditions for dividing this country. ghettoizing people, segregating them on the basis of religion, completely going against the basic ethos of our secular constitution. This is a joke, and it is being abetted by the milords, viewers. Why does it take so long? We keep talking about basic structure, basic structure, basic structure of the constitution. Viewers, even in the judgment on Ayodhya, the basic structure was invoked in the context of another particular law, the Place of Worship Act. On that you're pronouncing away. But here, viewers, you're silent, and the society is getting divided. People are looking over their fences and saying, he's a Muslim, he's getting more than me, he's a Hindu, he's getting this. It's rubbish. And the politicians are having an absolute ball of it, viewers. Ball of it. I want to open this up because this is a very fundamental and important debate. Is this really the Sabka Saath, religious reverie? Is it Sabka
Hello,
Saath?
Moto.
That's the fundamental question brought to you by Motorola. And let's open this up, viewers. Let's get our teeth sunk into this very meaty debate tonight. It's an important one. It's a very important one. I want to first begin with Shahzad Poonawalla. Mr. Poonawalla, you have a problem. You say with all of this, the opposition says, hey, in the same state, you have come up with a pronouncement. You have said certain things about sending people. In fact, in my newsroom, this was a big debate. Oh, the BJP also does it. They also play the religion card. They said that we will send everybody who wants to go and worship at the Ram temple, free of cost, to worship in Ayodhya. So can you set this debate in the right paradigm? Because a lot of people are saying, I don't know if it is only for Hindus that award that you have promised. I presume you've, because Ram is the Maryada Purushottam, he doesn't really conform to any one particular ideal of one particular faith. I suppose anyone can go, right? Mr. Poonawalla? Or is that really only meant for Hindus?
It depends. If they have faith in Prabhu Shri Ram, they should all take avail benefit of it. But those people in your newsroom, did they ever utter a word when Hajj Yatra is to be done on the Sarkari Kharcha? Anyways, let me not get into that. Today, what has happened is that there are 3 strains of the same virus. And I call this the virus of the cap. Cap meaning not the cap we wear. It's called competitive appeasement politics before anybody else takes out any other meaning. One has Muslim in its very name and agenda, Ittihadul Muslimin. The other has Muslim in its IT parks. 250 units are given free to Muslim shops. And third has Muslim in its declaration, and the declaration made by the leader was also that we are a Muslim party. First right of resources belongs to Muslims. So this cap politics or this strain of cap virus is the reason why we are seeing this competitiveness being done in appeasement politics. And the only antidote, the only vaccine against this cap virus is the Bharatiya Janata Party. Look, all 3 participants, I think there are all representatives from the Telangana who are fighting the Telangana elections. All of them in unison say that Muslim reservation should be there. All of them in unison are saying that this kind of politics is kosher. And it is only the BJP which says that the politics of appeasement can't go to the extent of saying reservation will also be done in the name of religion. And therefore, we are very clear that we are the antidote to this politics. The politics has gone to such a level that even in the TSP, the Telangana State Public Service Commission examinations, you saw that the burqa was allowed, but Mangal Sutra was not allowed for the participant or for the person coming for the exam. So this is the level to which this politics has gone. And therefore, this is appeasement politics at its worst. And I think this kind of politics is only going to damage the social fabric, and therefore we are saying that this kind of politics should be put to an end, and we have actually done that. Whether it is in Karnataka, whether it is in other states, wherever we have formed governments or come into government, we have ended religious-based reservation, and we will intend to do that in Telangana too.
Okay, that's a pretty strong opening from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mahesh Bigala of the BRS, and then I also want to bring in Dr. Ranganathan on this. It's an important debate. I don't know what's going to be next. Muslim IT parks, will they make halal certified IT solutions next? Sir, I mean, what is going on? Why are you doing this in your state? Let me read out what one of the great legatees of our nation state had to say after partition. Her name is Begum Azad Rasool. and she came from the United Provinces. And she says, I have from the very beginning felt that in a secular state, the reservation of seats for minorities to me seems meaningless and useless. To my mind, reservation of any kind is a self-destructive weapon which separates the minorities from the majority for all time. It gives no chance to the minorities to win the goodwill of the majority. It keeps up the spirit of separatism and communalism. Is that what you're doing, sir? Separatism and communalism through the back door, and you call yourself a secularist party, Mr. Bigala. These are not my words. These are the words of the Begum. And respond to the Begum tonight. Forget about me. Respond to her who said these words in India's hallowed Constituent Assembly.
Before responding to you, or Mr. Begum, I would like to respond to Mr. Prime Minister Modi today. So when he comes to Telangana and he talks about the Shadi Mubarak and all, I'm not sure whether he's talking out of ignorance or to divert the people. See, we know the BJP is always like to divide and rule. Whether it's a Hindu or Muslim, whether it's a religion or caste, they don't have any agenda for the country. Its only thing is just to play their politics based on the religion and the caste. So if you look at the Shadi Mubarak, whatever you have mentioned about 51,000 rupees, that was introduced by the KCR government with 51,000 rupees as a Kalyan Lakshmi for Hindus and in the name of Muslims for the Shadi Mubarak. It's been extended to the 101,16,000 rupees. But Modi is, with the ignorance or intentionally, he is quoting about the minority, the amount whatever is being given to the minorities, but not about the other Hindus and other religions. So this is clearly a divisive politics what he is playing, because they have only one MLA in the state of Telangana, and BJP is going to be wiped out of the state in the upcoming election. So only his option and the agenda is to divide the people. And you know that with the Ambedkar's constitution, it is the subcaste, like it is the scheduled caste, SC and STs. So he planned to divide SCs and...
Sir, can we get more specific, Mr. Bigala? Mr. Bigala, can we get a little more specific tonight, please?
Okay.
One or two things. No, hang on. You're also clutching at straws. Okay. Amongst all the things that you have done, you've given some little bit somebody to some other community. So you're saying, okay, that excuses us. I just want to ask you, sir, small question. You're giving 4.5% quota, your promise, under the OBC. Why, sir? Why are you doing this?
Socio-economic situation in
No. You know what the courts have said, sir.
It is based on the socio-economic situation.
So there are no poor Hindus at all. There are no upper caste Hindus, Brahmins.
So there are upper caste. There is MBC and OBC. So we need to understand the government is doing its best to get the things for everybody.
Okay. But Muslims will be given. Muslims will be given out of the existing OBC quota, sir. So when the courts have taken a position on this and said no, when the Constituent Assembly greats have said no, please don't do this. I mean, you tell me, I want to ask you tonight, sir, you're a very educated man, you've come well prepared for this show, Mr. Bigala. If in Islam they don't recognize caste, so under what criteria are you giving Muslims caste-based reservation, quotas, under OBC?
It is based on, as clearly said, it is based on the socio-economic condition.
But it has been struck down by the AP High Court. You recognize the High Court or not?
We recognize the High Court, we recognize the Supreme Court, we recognize the central government.
Yeah, so the High Court has come out and said...
As a state...
it is said that it is...
talked about...
Sir, in 2012, the AP High Court struck down the 4.5% central sub-quota for minorities also in Uttar Pradesh. Central. Forget about state. We come to state in 2007, YSR Congress, AP state government again decreed 5% quota for socially and educationally backward Muslims, which in August 2007 became an act. A 7-judge bench of the AP High Court rejected the quota as unsustainable. Before that, sir, it said it is wholly unconstitutional in 2004. But you continue to go with it. What am I going to call that? And what are you doing with IT parks only for Muslims, sir? Is there one for Hindus?
Okay, I want to bring it to that. See, the IT parks are there for everyone. Probably just you want to understand the history of the Telangana state. So the state, there has a lot of Muslim population in the state of Telangana. and the BJP wants to divide the people with the state of the...
Sir, you are promising the Muslims a separate IT park, yes or no? Just answer me. Or have you lied to the people?
No, I am coming to the same point. Before I come to that point, the state of Telangana has increased the job levels from 3 lakh jobs to the 10 lakh jobs in the state of Telangana. And Telangana has started women enterprise quota, and we have started the V-hubs in Telangana, entire state. We have started the second tier cities. We want to attract every talent, every corner and node.
Sir, are you promising Muslims an IT park for them? Yes, no. Just give me an answer.
I am giving you the clear answer. We have the IT hubs for second tier cities. We have for the women. We have for the minority.
Sir,
we have it for everyone.
You have them for Muslims.
We have for everybody. We are inclusive party.
Oh, for everybody.
We are
for,
inclusive
for
party.
Muslims.
We are a secular.
So you will have Hindus. You will have Hindus there.
If it is a minority, if it is men.
If it's, see viewers, there it is. I've cleared it up for you.
No, if it is
this IT park will be built only for Muslims. What next? Muslim only colonies, Muslim only restaurants, Muslim only buses, Muslim only metros, Muslim only airports, Muslim only airlines. What is next? No, please tell me, because they are so backward. So tell me, what next?
No, let me ask you the same question. So Modi got the women's bill. We got, so is that, can somebody contest in the women's?
Sir, I'm not talking about women. We are talking about religious reservations. It is in several high court orders. Are you going against your own high court? Simple question.
Telangana government is a secular state. We are a party.
Okay, so giving one religion reservations in IT parks is secular, viewers. This is the new definition of secularism. Okay, fair enough, sir. You've said your point. You are insisting that this is your secular outreach. So let me bring in Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Ranganathan, what do you make of it? It's very secular, you see. What is wrong? Why are you opposing it?
Good evening, Rahul. Look, this is an absolutely wonderful discussion, notwithstanding your relentless chasing of the previous panelists to extract an iota of truth, which unfortunately could not happen. But by all means, each to his own. But, you know, the issue is absolutely, as you said, is of minority appeasement. But when you bring in freebie, I want to, through you, because, you know, your show is one that deals with hard facts and triggers discussion and debates, and that is the whole point, I suppose. So through you, I want to make it a little bit broader. I want to include not only minority appeasement freebies, I want to define them, but I also want to trigger this debate on freebie, because even the Supreme Court said there needs to be a debate on freebies. That debate has never happened because politicians don't want it. So if you were to allow me, I want to indulge in a couple of minutes and actually broaden this issue out. Can I please do that with your permission?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Thanks very much. You know, there are two issues here. Number one, let's be very honest about it. Every single political party indulges in freebies. Let me give you three examples. A, electricity. These are promises. Aam Aadmi Party, 300 units per month free to all in Gujarat. Congress, 400 units per month free to all in Uttarakhand. BJP, 125 units per month free to all in Himachal. TMC, 75 units per month free to all in Bengal. AAP, BJP, SP, Congress, DMK, free electricity for irrigation to all farmers in Punjab, UP and Tamil Nadu. B, women, Aam Aadmi Party, 1,000 per month to all women over 18 in Gujarat. Congress, 1,500 per month to all women over 18 in Himachal. DMK, 1,000 per month to all women family heads BPL in Tamil Nadu. C, senior citizens, AAP, free pilgrimage to Ayodhya for daily senior citizens. BJP, free pilgrimage to Jerusalem for Nagaland senior citizens. Samajwadi Party, free pilgrimage to Ajmer Sharif for UP senior citizens. Congress, free pilgrimage to Shirdi for Rajasthan senior citizens. Water, electricity, bus rides, laptops, bicycles, Samman Nidhi, loan waiver, free sari, reservation quotas. No, Rahul, the question is not of freebies. The question is what qualifies as a freebie. Where does one draw that line between what is freebie and what is welfareism? Rahul, I am for welfareism. A country like India, where the GDP per capita is only $2,000, has to be a welfare state. Otherwise, people will be wiped out in their tens of millions. Health, education, toilets, gas cylinder, tap water, these need to be supplied by the state. Can you imagine If Modi had not provided 80 crore Indians free food for 2 years during COVID, tens of millions would have perished. No, the question is not about state supporting its citizens. As a supporter of welfare state, I am of the opinion that welfare state is only possible through capitalism. The state cannot earn money through socialism and spend it on socialism, which is what is unfortunately happening in this country. It is simply unsustainable. The second and more important point is, can we draw a line between freebies and welfare? I think one can make a beginning. Welfarism is where the state gives free health, education, tap water, toilets, gas cylinders. Freebie is one where the state gives away in cash or kind for the purposes of either appeasement or such acts that go against national interest. For example, MSP and supporting sugarcane cultivation is against national interest. Supporting middlemen farmers and repealing farm reforms was against national interest. Reverting to old pension scheme is against national interest. Generations to come would suffer. But does that matter to Congress? What is telling is that the new pension scheme was implemented by the Congress and the UPA in 2005. The then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was a votary of it. It was Manmohan Singh and Monte Ahluwalia. Monte Ahluwalia said that OPS would lead to a fiscal disaster for states. And that quote, bringing back OPS is the biggest revenue or freebie invented, unquote. Himachal's debt to GDP is already 43%. It will rise soon. The pension expenditure has risen from 2% of revenue receipts in 80 to 20% now. Many Congress states are gladly joining in his harakiri. Finally, just 30 seconds. Giving subsidies or cash and kind to citizens for appeasement is definitely a freebie. Here one can draw that line. Salaries to Maulvis, IT parks only for Muslims. But again, every party, including BJP, is doing this, appeasing Muslims. PM Pradhan Mantri Shadi Shagun Yojana is only for Muslim women. Interest-free loan for Waqf mosques. What is that? This is not welfare, Rahul. This is warfare. And the whole nation is going to suffer for generations to come.
No, absolutely. Dr. Ranganathan, it is one of those issues that cuts across all political lines. But the brazenness with which we are encountering it now, and that's why I kept this focus very tight, and I began by asking the BJP spokesperson in the state of Telangana. They're also asking for people to go free of cost to Ayodhya, etc., etc. I started with that, and I'm going to bring Shehzad back into this before I open this up to the Telangana Congress. But the fact of the matter is, viewers, it is very difficult. As you go deeper and deeper into this mire, it becomes very difficult to basically draw that line between freebie and welfarism, where someone's freebie ends, someone's welfarism begins, or vice versa. And there is a problem here. Now, I think for a few years, we should just abandon it all and come back with a clean slate and then begin to analyze. But even there, viewers, it becomes difficult because we are also dealing with lives at the end of the day. And it's not easy. Fighting poverty is not easy. Everyone struggles. But when it takes on this very invidious tenor, which is that you select people not on their backwardness, financial backwardness. You do it using other criteria like religion. It takes me back, viewers, seriously. I'm telling you, it takes me back to the beginning of last century, where the British made it a fetish to divide us on the basis of our religion, and they sowed that seed so deep that we harnessed a partition, a bloody one at that. So the Telangana Congress, I need to bring you in. Mr. Shudat Ali, you have a problem. You have a problem and you're creating a problem. I think the BJP spokesperson is wanting to respond. Let me first get you into what Dr. Ranganathan said and Mr. Bigala said, and then I'll come straight back to the Telangana Congress spokesperson. Yes, Shehzad Poonawalla, would you like to answer? How can you go around apportioning blame when you're part of the problem?
First of all, the difference between a freebie and a welfare is one example I'll give you. Giving 1500 rupees to every woman, whether her economic status requires her to be given that money, is a freebie clearly. But when you say that instead of giving 1500 to every woman, those women who are meritorious and pass a certain graduation level and they, for their higher education or for their other movement forward in life, will be given certain benefit so that they can continue to take forward the education that they are doing, that is a targeted scheme. So there's a clear difference between what is a welfare and what is a freebie. But having said that, to dilute that when conflate it with what is being said in Telangana, the government came up with an order that 250 units will be given to Muslim shops free. they came up with an order that Muslim rioters' names should be removed from publications because this will not create a good social harmony. They should have done for all. They say that UPSC training will be given exclusively to Muslim students so that they can become IAS or IPS. They should have given it to all. So my point is that the difference between what we are seeing here and in other cases is that a specific religion is being targeted only and only for the sake of vote bank politics, and that has a direct impact on the constitutional scheme of things. For instance, reservations have been contemplated under the Supreme Court and under the Constitution of India only to be given on the basis of backwardness, education and social. But when you say that the entire religion should be given the reservation, so under current scheme in Telangana, even Azharuddin, somebody who is very well off, can get the reservation under Muslim reservation. Does Azharuddin deserve Muslim reservation? So that is the difference, and I think the two should not be conflated. One is clearly unconstitutional, the other is about targeting it to the beneficiary who deserves it.
Okay, let me bring in the Congress, Telangana Congress spokesperson here. 45 seats out of 119. Sir, the Muslims have a big say in determining the outcome. That's almost 40% of the seats. Is that the reason why we are seeing this largesse, sir, targeted at the Muslim community with making exceptions for others? Mr. Ali, is that the reason?
First of all, I would like to comment on your narration.
Right, sir.
Your narration was looking like the speech of Bharatiya Janata Party.
Okay.
Communal speech of Bharatiya Janata Party. The people on this panel are not having the idea what they are talking.
Right.
See, Shadi Mubarak scheme is meant for the Muslims. Kalyana Lakshmi scheme is meant for the mainstream Hindus. There is no question of any reservation in that. Right? Then I would like to ask one simple question. Why we have given reservations under the constitution to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe? What is the concept? The concept is very simple. They are being discriminated. They got atrocities. So to do justice with these communities, reservation was given. Today, the Muslims are having a lot of problems, lynching problem, fanaticism from the BJP side and other, Sangh Parivar members. So the reservation is meant for Indians. The Muslims are not Indians. They are Indians. They are weak. Why? The Bharatiya Janata Party gave reservation to the upper caste people. 10% reservation, why they have given, including the Muslims. Why they have given? Because they are economically weaker section, because they are having a lot of problems to lead the life, day-to-day life. That's why the reservation was given to them. So, when everybody is getting, benefits under different schemes, for example, Shehzad Poonawala is not having the idea. IAS study circles are meant for every mainstream Hindus. There was no special coaching for the minorities. So, they have given the special coaching through minorities, through minority department, not from the main department. So, what is wrong in it? So very simple. There is a wave of
Mr. Ali,
communalism. The communalism will definitely defeat the purpose of the concept of India.
Okay, so now can I just ask you a simple, straightforward question? You attacked me directly saying I'm some BJP spokesperson. Do you know someone called Naziruddin Ahmed?
Yes.
Do you know Naziruddin Ahmed?
Yes.
Is he a BJP spokesperson,
yes,
sir? He was a member of the Constituent Assembly from West Bengal. The BJP did not exist. Should I tell you what he said? No, he's a BJP man, according to you. So if you, one second. Let me finish, sir.
Please.
I'll let you finish.
Please, sir. Please.
So, I think that reservations, he said, of any kind are against the healthy political growth. They imply a kind of inferiority. They arise out of a sense, a kind of fear complex, and its effect would be really to reduce the minority into a statutory minority. Then again, Muslim reservation is psychologically linked up with separate electorates, which led to so many disasters. This is not a BJP man speaking, viewers.
No question.
Okay,
no.
One second, sir, 1 second.
Yes, no question like that.
1 second, sir, 1 second. Muhammad Ismail Khan. This is what he said, another member of the Constituent Assembly, not a BJP man. BJP was only formed in 1980. We are talking about 1947, viewers. Because of this reservation of seats,
the mentality.
Let me finish. Because of this reservation of seats would only keep alive communalism. The same communalism that Mr. Shujat Ali wants to end. These people, these very same people who are against communalism, who are secularists, want to perpetuate.
I am asking a simple
second question, sir. Mr. Ali, I'm asking you a second question. So in my defense, I am saying that I am speaking today by quoting the founding fathers of our constitution. If they are BJP members, then sir, I will wear that badge with pride. If according to you, these Muslim members of the Constituent Assembly are BJP members, sir, that's your view, but I will love them forever, I will support them forever, and I don't mind being called BJP like you're calling them BJP, it's fine. I'm only echoing them, number one. Number two, sir, I want to ask you a specific question. You are saying that Muslims will be given a quota under the OBC, caste overall, caste quota. Yes, sir, you're saying that, right? I haven't misheard it.
No. What I am telling
No, I have not misheard it, right? So I want to ask you, sir, does Islam have caste in it? Does the faith have caste in it, sir? Just tell me this. See, yes, no. Do you have casteism?
No. You speak. See, casteism is different. Okay. Social injustice is different.
No, I am saying you are giving them under an OBC quota, yes or no?
When social injustice, no, you see, just listen to me. You are having lot of injustices with the Muslim minorities. The BJP also has realized that they are having weaker position in the society.
Okay.
That's why they have given reservations under EWS. Why they have given reservation to the upper caste and the upper caste Muslims
EWS is
in the name of
economic
economy.
weaker sections. It is not religiously backward sections.
Yes,
please. And the courts have come out and said several times.
See,
excuse me, Mr. Ali, you are confused
see,
here.
Courts can change the their own narrations. Courts have changed their narrations.
Where have they changed
After
it?
the amendment, court has accepted
where have they changed? They have
certain
not amended anything.
Yes,
Sir. The courts have
in
not.
many-
Dr. Ranganathan and Shehzad Poonawalla want to come in.
many cases,
Yes, one by one. Yes, let Dr. Ranganathan take.
By the way,
Rahul, I have to ask a very simple question.
Okay,
to
one
Mr.
simple question. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Ali, good evening. Did you
Yeah, I'll
take...
come back to you, Shehzad Poonawalla. No, I'll come back to you. 30 seconds. Just let Dr. Ranganathan ask his question. I'll come right back to you. No problems. Yes.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Ali. Just a very simple question. Did you take the state subsidy when you went for Hajj?
Yes.
There we go, Rahul.
Yes.
This
On
is
paper.
supposed to be a
But
secular
actually,
this is supposed to be a secular state. The definition of secularism is complete difference and differentiation, separation between church and state. The state has no business.
Secular. Secular.
Sir, let me please allow me.
Can I interpret? Can I interpret?
Yeah,
Can I interpret?
yes,
No.
Yes,
I am just asking a simple.
Of course you please.
No, I am asking a simple question.
Sir, please, 1 second. Just because somebody else is committing a murder,
I am asking a simple.
allow you to commit a murder. When you say that you are proudly secular, what business did you have of taking the state subsidy or money from the state to go on a religious duty? You had no purpose, or you are not secular.
What are you talking? You are talking senseless thing, you know.
Anyhow,
subsidy
viewers,
is part and parcel of the welfare state.
Okay, it's part and parcel, viewers.
Subsidy is part
now
and parcel of any
you look
welfare
at the
state.
new breed. You look at the new breed of Indian politician, and you look at the breed that frame the constitution. It is like they're two different people. They're completely two different breeds. They're two different breeds ideologically. They're two different breeds ideologically. Yes, Shehzad Poonawalla. Yes.
No, 1 minute.
Shehzad, gentlemen,
Give me 1 minute.
gentlemen, let's not speak over each other.
No,
Mr. Ali.
Please give me
Mr.
1
Ali,
minute.
Mr. Ali.
No, please give me
Mr.
1
Ali.
minute.
Sir,
Prime Minister of
Shehzad,
India.
no, my name has been called. No, Mr. Ali, my name has been called.
The Prime Minister of a
No,
secular
I do not
country,
yield. Let
how
me-
he
Rahul,
laid
how
the
do you have a
foundation of
discussion?
Babari Masjid, Ram Temple.
Sir, what are you talking about?
Rahul.
Please. Yes, Shehzad Poonawalla, yes. Where is Ram Temple coming to all of this?
Rahul, first of all, the Ram temple is being built by the Hindus. It's not being built by a government, it's being built by a Hindu trust.
Yeah.
And the Hindus have given money for it, including people like me who are nationalists have also given money. Maybe Sonia Gandhi should also donate for it. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, Mr. Ali, do you think Mr. Patel, Sardar Patel was a communal man? because Sardar Patel opposed religious-based reservations. Ambedkar ji opposed it, and the Supreme Court has upheld that religion cannot be the basis of giving reservation. You can give reservation on the basis of social and educational and economic backwardness, but not on religion. So are you saying Sardar Patel, the Congress party in the 1947, which was part of the Constituent Assembly, and the Supreme Court is communal? And please also tell me, Mr. Ali, that Muslims were in a better position in 1947 or in 2004? If Muslims were in a better position in 2004, in 1947 you did not give them religious reservation, but in 2004 to 14 you wanted to give them religious reservation, which was struck down by the Supreme Court. So that means after 50-60 years of Congress rule, Muslims have become even in a worse position, that you now need to give them reservation on the basis of religion, going against the constitution, going against Ambedkar.
Okay.
So
now
that means you're the most communal party.
Well, let me tell you what Jawaharlal Nehru said, viewers. The same debate. That's what I'm telling you. There is a whole new breed of Congress people who have come through. That breed doesn't identify the breed that has gone by. They're just completely different breeds, viewers. And they accuse the anchor of being communal or what have you, when I'm only quoting their own greats. They're the people who have given them this legacy of Congress party. And remember these names, viewers. Forget my name. I'm a communal bigot according to this gentleman. But you remember these names. Z.H. Larry, Mr. Naziruddin Ahmed, all stood up to say we don't want your handout, religious handout. Begum Aizad Rasool. Make these notes, viewers. Muhammad Ismail Khan. All those studying for IAS exams, make these notes. Jawaharlal Nehru, United Provinces General. Then comes Tajmul Hussain, Bihar, again from a Muslim reserve seat. Maulana Hazrat Mohani, United Provinces, again Muslim, viewers. Then, viewers, Colonel B.H. Zaidi, Rampur, Banaras State. Remember these names, note them down. You can go and look at what they had to say and compare what they are saying with what Rahul Gandhi says, what Mr. The Congress Telangana spokesperson is saying. Just compare them, viewers. Compare them. They didn't even have live TV at that time, so they couldn't blame Rahul Shivshankar. But I don't know. Viewers, I want to move on because I'll tell you something, viewers. This is a very serious issue and it eats at the heart of what we want to be as a nation. If you want to be united, viewers, then this is not the road that we need to go down. I'll take a short break. When we come back, politics over Prime Minister's sortie rages after TMC leader Shantanu Sen said that the Prime Minister Modi is jinxed and the Tejas will also crash.
Hello, Moto.
It's done.
This plan will be successful and finally these people will come out safely. Over the last 16 days, rescue operations have been ongoing. The best state-of-the-art machineries have already been called in, but yes, in that debris, all that machineries have failed. And now finally the rescuers have resorted to the only technique that is possible now, and that is what is manual drilling. To talk more on this and to get to know how this process will be going on, because this is being called as rat mining. What is rat mining and how will this happen? I'm being joined by the person who is actually going to go ahead and become a hero in this entire operation. I will speak to him and try to figure out as to how will this operation go ahead. भैया आपका नाम क्या है पहले ये बताएं?
मेरा नाम सूर्या मोहन राय है।
अच्छा, ये रैट माइनिंग का कह रहे हैं, ये क्या प्रक्रिया होती है और कैसे होता है? ये
पाइप में जाके मैनुअली खुदाई करते हैं,
हाँ,
और तसला में मिट्टी भर के बाहर करते हैं।
तो ये जो पाइप है, ये पाइप है, बहुत छोटा पाइप है, 800 मिलीमीटर का पाइप है। इसमें जाकर के आप इस मशीन का यूज़ करके आप रैट माइनिंग कीजिएगा। ये कितना मुश्किल टास्क होने वाला है?
इसमें मुश्किल तो कुछ नहीं है करने वाले के लिए, बाकी देखिए।
हौसला तो आपका बिल्कुल बुलंद है, लेकिन ये कैसे प्रक्रिया होती है, एक बार थोड़ा समझाएंगे? इससे क्या प्रक्रिया होती है?
हम लोग जैसे खुला मिट्टी हो, ज़्यादा खुला जैसे हार्ड मिट्टी आएगी तो उसमें हम हिल्टी यूज करेंगे, नहीं तो मैनुअली कस्सी से तसला भर के निकालेंगे।
ये पत्थर और ये सब हटाने के लिए, मलबा हटाने के काम आएगा, लेकिन अगर बीच में कुछ लोहा आ गया, कुछ और आ गया, तो उसके लिए भी ये सफल रहेगा या उसके लिए कुछ और प्रक्रिया और लगेगी?
उसके लिए गैस कटर है हमारे पास, जो हमारे वेल्डर भी हैं यहाँ पे, फिटर भी हैं, वो कटिंग करके निकालेंगे, फिर हम आगे बढ़ते रहेंगे।
तो क्या उम्मीद है? आप देखिए 41 लोग फंसे हुए हैं, उनके परिवार वाले भी देख रहे होंगे, तो उनको कैसे आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे उनको और कैसे उनको मोटिवेट करना चाहेंगे?
हम लोग एक्चुअली कोशिश कर रहे हैं, निकाल देंगे, इतना एक्सपीरियंस है हम लोग को। हाँ।
इससे पहले आप कहाँ थे, कहाँ से आए हैं आप?
एक्चुअली मैं तो दिल्ली से आया हूँ।
हाँ।
काफ़ी जगहों पे काम कर चुका हूँ।
हाँ. So yes, this is the last hope that the people who are stuck inside the tunnel for the last 41 days, now finally these rat miners will go inside and make sure manually that each and every person who is stuck inside, that they will come out, and also the kind of debris that is present, that debris will be taken out now manually. What remains to be seen, if at all this plan will be successful, because over the last 16 days we have seen that several of the plans that have been made by the rescuers, that has absolutely fallen flat on its face, be it the state-of-the-art machineries that have been used. Now finally we have come back to the basics, and finally people will go in and physically take out the debris. Hopefully this time around this plan will be successful, and finally we'll get to see those visuals where these people are finally coming out of the tunnel safely. Few workers had reported of some uneasiness, but yes, they have been given the requisite medicines, is what the rescuers are claiming at this point in time, since we haven't been able to make any sort of contact with the workers. But yes, what the rescuers are saying at this point in time, what they are claiming at this point in time, is that all of them are absolutely safe, their mental health is good. But yes, that is the big question, that for how long will these people remain motivated, because it has been more than 15 days. This is the 16th day that is ongoing, and for the last 16 days they have been stuck inside this tunnel. Although finally they started getting started getting access to solid food and everything, but yes, that also happened after 9 days. So what the doctors who have spoken to them told us that yes, these people are fine, they have lost a lot of weight, but yes, they are doing fine and they remain motivated. But yes, the rescue operations that are underway, that is absolutely in full swing today. Over the last 48 hours we saw that the entire drilling operation came to a grinding halt because of a miscalculation that was done by the rescuers at that point. The ground penetrating radar, the report that came in from that radar, absolutely proved to be absolutely false. And in fact, the experts that have the best of the best experts that have been called in from all across the globe, they were actually not able to read through that ground penetrating radar reports that had come in. And that is the reason why over the last more than 48 hours, the entire operation came to a grinding halt, where the auger machine was stuck inside the pipe for more than 48 hours. And that is the reason why the process of vertical drilling was also started. I'll just try and move out of the frame and try and show you in the visuals over here. Finally, the auger machine has come out from the pipe. It took the rescuers 48 hours to rescue the auger machine, and in the next few minutes we are expecting that this manual drilling process will start. The Indian Army has also been called in. The best engineers of the Indian Army have been called in over here. Rat miners have been called in over here, who have a lot of experience as to how to manually drill through the terrain. But yes, the terrain that the rescuers are facing at this point in time, this terrain is debris, and it is very difficult to predict what might come up in the debris. So if everything goes according to the plan, the rat miners expect that within the next 16 to 18 hours they'll be able to make that breakthrough. But yes, what will come up in the debris, that is a big question, and that is something that is a cause of concern. And that is the reason why the rescuers are not only dependent on this drilling, and hence the vertical boring process has also started. In fact, an 8-inch lifeline pipe is being drilled through at this point in time as we speak, from atop this mountain that you see in your screens right now. An 8-inch vertical lifeline pipe is being drilled through, and also a 1.2 meter, approximately 3.5 feet diameter pipe is also being drilled through vertically. The work on that is going on at a great speed. The engineers who are carrying out this operation are very confident, because they know that they have the requisite machinery to drill through this terrain, whereas the machinery that was required to drill through an unknown territory, that was a debris.
Viewers, over the weekend, the Prime Minister flew the Tejas aeroplane. Now, that is a cutting-edge technology-driven fighter plane. And I want to show you those pictures. I don't know why we're not playing those. Those are the pictures, the definitive pictures. Now, when the Prime Minister took off and landed, and he demonstrated through the Indian Air Force the prowess of that plane, guess what, viewers? The opposition had a meltdown. And the opposition came out and said that because Prime Minister Modi has sat in a Tejas, this Tejas will also now start crashing. Much like how, when the Prime Minister went to Narendra Modi Stadium to watch the match, India lost because of him. And this viewer's view is being expressed by that gentleman on your screens, in the middle of your screens, a member of parliament no less, Mr. Shantanu Sen. Now, he obviously has put superstition above the prowess, the technological prowess of our own engineers. Listen in.
I am little bit afraid. When Mr. Narendra Modi was very much there in the country, the ISRO failed. When Kankana Ranawat has met with Mr. Narendra Modi, her movie became a super flop. When Virat Kohli shook hands with Narendra Modi, he didn't get century for 3 consecutive years. And finally, after winning 10 consecutive matches in the recently held World Cup, just because our learned Prime Minister went to that stadium, India got defeated in the final. Now, the job has been done by Narendra Modi. I am afraid that in no time, this particular craft gets crashed.
What a thing to wish for, viewers. And this gentleman sits in our parliament. He's a member of our parliament. Can you believe it? And look at the way he's speaking. I mean, this kind of mainstreaming, platforming of superstition, this is not abuse, viewers. This is a very, very primitive way of thinking. This is regressive. This is not scientific at all. And it is the legatees of the Congress which believed in science that are spewing all this bunkum on national TV. Can you believe it, viewers? He takes an oath on our constitution, this gentleman. Now, I want to bring in a pro-TMC voice, Tausif Khan, who supports the TMC quite openly and also is very anti-BJP and Modi. And I want to ask you, Mr. Khan, do you think that this gentleman who sits in our parliament should be saying that this is behove of a parliamentarian, this kind of language? Sir, you are on mute, sir. I think there's something wrong. Yeah.
Yes, Rahul.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there are two aspects to this statement. We cannot forget how India lost the final match and the entire the panauti which was being debated and which was there on the social media. PM was being trolled for that and blamed for the defeat of the Indian team. And then the other aspect is the election. You see, the elections are approaching, and in fact, assembly elections are going. And at this time, what I believe is what Mr. Shantanu Sen was trying to say is that Prime Minister dressed up in this, in this Air Force uniform and giving the entire video for the media and for the news, so that it can be aired on the all national and news channel and people will watch him, is just, kind of encashing on some very event which has nothing to do with politics and trying to reap, political benefit out of it by getting the airtime. Now, so long this whole superstition, the idea of superstitious comment is concerned, India is a country which is superstitious. When India was playing match, Indian team was playing cricket, people were praying in mosque and temple and churches for the Indian team's win in the final World Cup. Would you not call that superstition? When Indian Home Minister inducted Rafael in Indian Air Defense, he was seen, Rajnath Singh was seen performing the puja. was that not out of superstition? So to what extent we can sit here and, try to bring some scientific, we can just debate that, okay, so it's time that we should give up superstition and then try to be scientific. But we are a country, we are a nation which is superstitious. We have certain set of values. If a black cat crosses our path, we say it is bad omen. We do that, we say that. But that apart, the message that Mr. Santanu Sen was trying to say, to what I feel, is that unnecessarily linking something which has nothing to do.
No, he was not saying that.
Nothing
He
got
says,
to do.
I have a
with the
feeling that
Indian
now the
politics and
Tejas is
between-
also going to crash because the bad omen Prime Minister, there is a word, Manus, Prime Minister sat in this jet, so this is also going to crash. That's what he basically said. Now, you can rationalize superstition. I have no problems with you, sir. You can say it's the greatest thing and we should put it above science. And even the prowess, the technical science that has gone into making this Tejas, you can discount that because you see you're superstitious, so ye to girega hi girega. You can say that and I'm okay with it if that's your point of view. I'm only asking viewers, what have we come to? What have we come to? Anyhow, Shadad Punara, would you like to respond? What's the big deal? It's a superstitious country. So what if an MP has said that, the Tejas is going to crash because the Prime Minister sat in it? Deal with it.
I hope Tausi won't interrupt me because I heard him out completely for the last 3 minutes. This is not just about legitimizing and mainstreaming superstition. Rahul, it is taking your Modi virod and hatred to such a level that now you are okay even wishing death upon your own fellow pilots, on the IAF's pilots. This is mainstreaming hatred for Modi to the extent that it transmutates into hatred for India's institutions. Now, I'm not surprised because the TMC in the past has questioned surgical strike, Balakot airstrike. They've said Pulwama is fake. They've given clean chit to Pakistan. They've opposed the BSF jurisdiction extension. They've even abused central forces during the elections. That apart, but taking it to the low where you say that the plane will crash. What happens when the plane crashes? When the plane crashes, India looks bad in the international sea. And Indian Air Force pilots will die because if the plane crashes, one of the conclusions is that the pilots will have a loss of his life perhaps. So you are wishing death upon your own countrymen, upon your own forces, and this is what it has come down to. They hate Modi so much that they want ISRO to fail. They hate Modi so much they want the Indian cricket team to fail. They hate Modi so much they want Indian institutions to fail. They hate Modi so much they want the Indian armed forces and the Indian forces to fail. And today, for the first time, Rahul, what is the biggest definitive thing that you can do to assure people abroad to buy your defense exports? You say that I will take a ride in these planes, it's that safe. When the Prime Minister of this country is giving his own testimony that, look, I trust this plane so much, come buy my planes. From a situation where we used to import planes to a situation where we will now export planes, you have a bunch of people who can't stand Modi, so they will even run down our technical prowess. That's what it has come down to. It's not just about superstition. It is much beyond that. It is about hatred in Indian institutions in the name of hating Modi.
Well, let me tell you, viewers, you heard both sides. I'm not going to force an opinion down your throat. I'm only going to focus right now on the science that has been resulting in this. Now, it has taken a huge amount of time to get this plane airborne in the manner that you are seeing it. It's a massive, massive landmark. It might be beyond the schedules that and the timelines that we thought we would get this plane in, but it now looks as if it's ready. More than 50% of this plane is developed indigenously. So more than 50% of the technology that's going into this plane is developed indigenously, and therefore it is very important to ensure that this plane, even to the world around us, looks like a capable jet, because it's going to set the platform for our 5th, 6th generation fighter. It's going to give us a deep penetrating ability, and obviously, viewers, we are going to export it. So this is a very critical leap. It will save the country millions and millions and millions of crores. You know how much a Rafale costs. We won't be dependent on it. I'll leave it at this, viewers. I'll leave you to ponder this exchange that you've heard between these two guests. I'm going to go straight across now to the right stand with Anand Narasimhan.
Namaste, Jai Hind and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narsimhan. Rating agency the ICRA says that Bharat is likely to cross 4 gigawatts rooftop addition this year based on the trend so far, and this is with respect to solar power. ICRA reveals that the overall rooftop capacity stands at 11.08 gigawatts as of October 2023, with 2.2 gigawatts added in the first 7 months of the current